Government Degree College, Chennagiri. Today in this session we are discussing about the difference between the prism spectrum and grating spectra, and this is the topic of the physics fourth paper of this fourth sem of Davangere University. By the way, I am Dadape S from Government Degree College, Chennagiri. Let's we discuss about the one by one the prism spectrum. So you can see here, this is the prism in which when we light composite light is passed through this prism, and this inside the prism the light dispersed and gives the band of colors, and this gives the spectrum. So on this is called the spectrum, which due to this prism is called prism spectrum. So why it is splits? Because of their different velocity. Each color have different refractive index, means it have different velocity through the prism. That's why it gives the different colors. So in this prism spectrum, the dispersive power is given by d n by n minus 1, means where n is the refractive index, and this resolving power of the prism is much smaller than the grating. Resolving means you can be distinguish the incident color, that is the separations of the color, that is the power of resolving power of prism. So it's very smaller than the grating one. So on this prism spectrum, it depend upon the material which is made up of, that is the on which type of material is made to the prism is depends, that gives the spectrum of a prisms. So usually it's a due to the grating. What is grating? Grating is a transparent material on which a number of slits can be grows with the help of a diamond point, and these gross lines are like opaque, and the remaining part is the transparent, that gives the transmission grating. The spectrum we which obtain from this grating gives the grating spectrum. You see the colors, and see here you see number of group of colors you can be seen here at the center at 0, and when order is 0, so you see the, so this part is white, the center part is white, on either side of this one you see the bands of colors, bands of color, but intensity goes on decreasing on left or right, so you can see in here. So on this way, and why it is happen, this is of a different angle of diffraction being different for the different wavelength, hence they gives a spectrum. It is not only one spectrum, it has number of orders of spectrum we can be seen here, but their intensity goes on decreasing on either sides, but you have only central part is central maximum intensity will be seen here. So in this grating spectrum, less bright, since light concentrated in central maximum, so they diminished, they goes on diminished, the bands of colors will be seen in the grating. So in grating spectrum, the deviation is least for violet, just opposite to the prism spectrum. Here is the least for violet and maximum for red. The order of the colors in the two spectra are opposite in nature. Yes. So the resolving power of grating is much greater than the prisms. It's much greater than. So this is all about the grating spectrum, and also the spectrum due to is independent of the material, whereas prism is dependent on the material, but it is independent whatever it may be, that is, so it is independent of the material. We can be seen spectrum and the prism spectrum differences. I hope you will understand. Okay, thank you very much.